The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Oh man, I mean, it's been a little while. I feel like it's been a little while. Some things change, some things stay the same. One thing that doesn't change is the Seattle Storm still fucking suck. It's very disappointing. And they don't suck like in terms of like where they are in the league, but compared to the talent they have on the roster and the output that's coming out on the court, they fucking suck. Oh man, you heard them. Let's go ahead and get into it because we got a special episode for you. I know it's been a while, but guess what? 5 games, 2 days, huge slate that we're gonna break down right here, right now. Scott Studio Reichel. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, happy to be back. Should be fun. Of course, looking at a bunch of games we're going to talk about for the next 2 days. But you're looking at, as you said, the Storm being terrible. So that's definitely one storyline. The other is AT, who just puts up triple doubles in every game. So nice job by her. We'll see if she steals MVP or not. Of course, in other news, Collier came back. She was great in her first game back because that's what great players do. And Asia Wilson's still carrying the Aces. But yeah, the Liberty still don't look very good. At least Stewie came back, so that counts as something. They beat the Sun. They didn't cover. It was a war, but they won the game, so that counts as something. But yeah, once again, I would say that it's good to be back. Shout out to Odyssey, who ended up having 20-plus points yesterday with the Fever, so good for her. But still, the Storm, as you mentioned before, the shower, so to speak, they are still showering. It has not been pretty for them for the last month or two.
Yeah, it hasn't been pretty at all. All right, let's get into it, Scott Studio Reichel. 5 games to talk about here. But first, we got to remind everybody that, it's August. It's the end of August at that. So football 100% is back. And so is our amazing merch sale. 25% off everything in the merch store. Promo code football. Make sure you go check it out and lock in on a Refs Are Terrorists hoodie. We got the Refs Are Terrorists hoodies in there, so make sure you go check that out. Also, SGPN just launched their NFL Survivor contest. $100 entry, winner take all. NFL Survivor, SGPN, $100 entry, winner take all. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/survivor. Plus, if you're new to Splash Sports, promo code finals for a $10 credit. All right, let's see here. First game up on the docket. It is on Wednesday, August 27th, 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. We have the Atlanta Dream welcoming the Las Vegas Aces. Not only the Las Vegas Aces, the 11-0 in their last 11 games Las Vegas Aces. Dream are laying 3.5. 162 is the total in this one. Let's see if I have anything. I know Jordan Canada is still out, as she's been for a while, and I mean, it just feels like that's been Jordan Canada's entire
That's all I
tenure
see.
with the Atlanta
Parker
Dream
Ties
thus
is
far.
still out, but that's not a surprise,
just
so nothing new.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, I actually have serious thoughts on this game, but I'm curious on what you want to do here, Scott. Scott, what's going on with the Atlanta Dream at home hosting the Las Vegas
For the
Aces?
updates in the standings, the Dream are number 1 in the Eastern Conference. They are a game and a half ahead of the Liberty. You're looking at the Aces, who are in second, which we thought would happen preseason. Not the exact script we had. They won 11 in a row, so that helped them end up in the second spot right now. But they are 2-0 against the Dream. Both games were in Vegas, though, so this is going to be the first actual meeting in Atlanta between these two teams. I'm going to go with the Aces in this one. I don't feel great about it, but I do think when you've won 11 in a row and you're 2-0 against this team in the head-to-head, you're getting 3.5. I might dare the team to actually beat you for once. I get Atlanta's been great at home. They're 12-5. The Aces, despite being 11 games over, are only 2 over on the road. But being 2-0 against the Aces, you beat against the Dream. You beat this team about 8 days ago by 2 in Vegas. I'll go with the Aces here. I think that just backing the team that's won 11 straight at plus money is pretty appealing to me. So give me plus 135. Not a great feeling. I don't mind Aces 1-10 if you want to even sweeten the pot further. I think it'll be a close game. But I think for the value alone, I think it is on the Aces. So I'll go with them until they actually lose a game. I'll back them. But what do you like?
I am that person that is I don't just back the team that's winning. And I get it. The Aces have made a run. They pushed themselves to the 3rd spot in the league. I get the conference standings, but that conferences don't even exist.
Yeah,
outside
they
of
don't
Commissioner
exist at all.
Cup, honestly. So these two teams, Atlanta's 2, Vegas is 3. I get how competitive this is going to be, but look at what Vegas has going up next game. They're going in, they're playing the Minnesota Lynx, the last team that they lost to. Not only did they lose, they lost by 50, and that's what sparked off this 11-0 run that they're on right now. I think that there's a slight look ahead spot into we're about to go play this Minnesota team again. And also, we got the Atlanta Dream at home where they slow the pace down. The game gets really ugly. They play a higher level of defense. And I think it's going to be a war. I think it's going to be a war in a really good game, but I think Atlanta's going to come out on top on this one. I think that they just have enough defensively at home where I like them. I think it's a nice little get back spot being last week removed from them playing them and losing by 2. I think that this is going to be a spot where at home they defend home court and they play really well and stack up another win here. So I like the Atlanta Dream to be able to get it done, roll on the defense. I like the Dream, so I like the under here. I think that they're just going to play a higher level of defense than the Las Vegas Aces, who actually have been really solid defensively over the last few games. So I do like the under in the game, but I'm going on the Dream side of the ball. I think that this is a little bit of a look-ahead spot for the Aces, and I think the Dream are getting up for this
I
game.
like the under too. I think the under might be my favorite play in this game. Each of the first 2 meetings did land below 160. This is at 162. You mentioned the Dream at home, especially, been really good defensively. I agree. They just held the Liberty to 62 points. So I do think I'll go with the under with you in this game. But for the side, I'll disagree. I did look it up, by the way. The Aces to win 1-10 is plus 210. I like that price. Give me the Aces in a close game. Once again, 1-10 is plus 210.
All right, player props. By the way, 7 of the last 10 matchups, including 5 straight between these two teams, have gone under the total. Player props, Asia Wilson over 23.5. We don't have to talk about it. Just go ahead and bet it.
I wanted to see if they had a market for leading scorer for her in this one, but
I think it's minus 140,
sounds about
and that
right.
was last night. So I think it's a little bit worse now, probably. Yeah. I think I'm going to stick with South Carolina and go Alicia Gray over 16.5 points here at home. And then, am I sold on Bree Jones? I think I am. Yeah, I think I'll play Bree Jones as well. The Aces really do struggle with the bigs, especially when it's not Asia guarding them.
Yeah, I think I'll throw in Jackie Young assists at 4.5 minus 130. She's had at least 5 assists in 3 of the last 4 head-to-heads, but she's been great recently. She has had at least 5 assists in 7 of the last 9 games overall. I think it's a good spot for her. Give me Jackie over on her assists at 4.5.
All right. Let's see. Anything else here that's sticking out? Yeah, I see that assist play right there. Okay. No, that's really the main part. Not really a Ryan Howard game for me. I'm going with Alicia Gray, which means you probably want to bet Ryan Howard. Just turns out that's how it happens to be sometimes. All right. Before we get to the next game of the slate, got to remind everybody about mybookie.ag, your place to bet on every single sport, including football, NFL, college football. MyBookie's $100,000 NFL Super Contest, only a $15 entry, and they're offering buy two entries, get one free. So if you buy two $15 entries, you'll get one free entry into MyBookie's $100,000 Super Contest. Wow, that's actually really good, Scott. MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN for 100% bet back up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. We are also brought to you by Rhythm. Make sure you lock in on Rhythm. The NFL is back, and they had a great run with player props last season in the NFL. 10-5 on Baker Mayfield props, 25% ROI. Make sure you go check them out over there at Rhythm, MLB, WNBA, golf, and more. Make sure you use that promo code or that link. I'm sorry, not a promo code, a link. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM for a 7-day free trial. All right. Game number 2, still on a Wednesday, 8 p.m. You know, Scott, I normally appreciate the shotgun start, but when it's only 2 games, this is the time that you want to have the Dallas late game. This is the time. All right. 8 p.m. East Coast. Connecticut Sun on the road going to play Dallas Wings. Sun only 3.5. 162.5 is the total here. $18 combined wins between these two teams going into September, Scott. 9 wins apiece. Let's see. Lacan, I'm pretty sure, is going to play with that nasty eye injury she's got. And I mean, it probably looks a lot worse than it feels, but Jesus Christ, it looks horrible. Paige is going to play. Quinterly is out for the rest of the season. No Enrique. No Liu. Yeah, all of that. With that being said,
by the way, we do have one piece of business we have to take care of, which you already did.
I already played it. You weren't paying attention.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Played it.
Oh, I thought you were.
I know you played it, but I do want to ask you before we actually talk about the game in itself. One thing we got to talk about: how good is Connecticut right now? Are they actually decent? They've been pretty good lately.
So
I kind of just want to have a Sun conversation quickly because I want to give them a shout out for not rolling over and tanking. They've actually been competitive lately. I wanted to give them their flowers.
They are 6-3-1 in their last 10 games ATS. They have won 3 of their last 5, 2 against the Mystics, but still 3 of their last 5. And they gave the Liberty everything they could handle.
And that was a fully healthy Liberty team.
So, yeah. And so, yeah. I mean, they've been completely better than the Dallas Wings over the course of the season. 20-16-1 ATS, 20-16-1 ATS for the Connecticut Sun this season, 17-21 for the Dallas Wings. But I mean, come on now. The Sun team was favored. It was 4 last night, and now it's 3.5. There was no way I was laying 4. I'm still not doing 3.5. I'm just not laying points with this Connecticut Sun team. Like, I understand that they're playing the better ball and all of that, but it's as soon as you start turning these teams into favorites is when they start fucking up and losing. Look at the Chicago Sky, where the Chicago Sky were thought, oh, they're starting to put things together. Angel Reese has come back, and they were favored by 2.5 against this same Connecticut Sun team, and the Sun walked over them. I'm just not going to – you don't lay points with these teams, and you don't lay points in the toilet bowl, and this is still a toilet bowl game, despite the 6-3-1 in the last 10 games record coming into the game. So with that being said, I'm taking Dallas because arguably Dallas probably has the best player on the court as well.
Well, yes, but the counter argument to that would be we saw what happens when you try to send everybody that you have guarding Paige. Nobody else on this team is worth a damn. So if Paige does not go crazy, then they might be screwed. And when she does go crazy for 40-plus points, they still lose to the Sparks. So I guess I'm asking, with this backcourt that we've seen from the Sun.
They would have covered this number, by the way, in that game.
Yes, my point is Paige had one of the most efficient games of all time, and they still couldn't cover. Or they couldn't win. I'm saying they couldn't win. But do you like the Sun defensively in terms of a backcourt? Because I think we do. Do we think they can actually frustrate Paige in this game? You don't think so?
I think that Lacan and Rivers defensively, because Marina Mabry's not doing shit for them defensively, I think Lacan and Rivers can do a good job of ball denial and trying to make sure she doesn't get the ball. But when she gets the ball, I mean, we saw what happened to the Los Angeles Sparks. It was eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and whoever wants it can get it. And I think that is going to be something similar. She's had 21 in both of the prior matchups to these two teams. I think this is going to be a game where she's just going to be hunting her shot. And then the Connecticut Sun are horrible inside the paint. Paige has been going inside the paint and doing a large muscle of her scoring recently. I think the last two games were just kind of the letdown spot, and now she's going to come into this game. She's going to cook. I think Paige is walking into 20 pretty easily tonight. I don't think that the Connecticut Sun can guard her. They're still not a great defensive team. And as soon as she gets the ball in her hands, I think she's going to make a play. And so I like Paige. I like Paige to go over 18.5 points today. And I think she's going to carry Dallas. And so I like Dallas plus 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Connecticut personally. But I do agree with you about Paige. I think Paige should have a solid game no matter what. Even with her playing well, I mean, they've lost 5 in a row. They are right now 9-29. So they have the worst record in the league by half a game. They are just a terrible basketball team. They can't guard anybody. Connecticut has some type of chemistry brewing, which I don't think we really saw it coming, but it's been working out that way. They have won 3 of their last 4. Should have been 4 of their last 5. They choked away the 18, 19-point lead against Indiana in that other game where Mitchell went crazy in the second half and at 38. But I'm going to go Connecticut. I think unlike Dallas, this resembles a real team. You're looking at Enrique, who we know I don't really like that much, but at least she can shoot. Or at least, once again, she can, on occasion, have a monster game. Lee, you mentioned before being out for the year. I liked her as a center. I think she's a solid front court player, and now she's unavailable. Got to deal with Tina. Not exactly ideal when you don't have a, in my opinion, true starting center on your team. I mean, they've been using somebody else, but she's more of an outside shooter. She was 3 of 6 from 3 about a week ago. But, I mean, do I think Giselle Soder is going to be able to guard Charles? Probably not. So I like the matchup here for Connecticut. I like the backcourt. I like the chemistry and the form they're in. I'll fade Dallas. So I'll go with the Sun minus 3.5.
Wow. Laying points with the Sun. Bold strategy.
They're healthy.
All right, we'll see how that. Connecticut Sun 1-1 ATS this season as a favorite.
Okay, that's fine. I can work with that.
Let's see. What do we have here? Player props. Oh, well, total. Total sitting at 162.5. I would probably just.
I assume you want the over because you're picking Dallas. You're probably picking a higher scoring game, right?
I mean, it was just 80. It felt like it was a higher scoring game, but it was just 161 points in that game against the Sparks. And I think this is similar. So I really do think this is about spot on, but I will just go over for the hell of it. But I really don't have a play on the total because I think the total is going to be really close to this.
Yeah.
About 80 points.
I'm really on the fence for the total. I think I prefer Connecticut team total over. Reading off the points allowed for Dallas recently, 90 to the Valkyries, which is tough to do. 95 to Seattle, 81 to the Sparks, 106 to the Aces, 97 to the Sparks. So, yeah, they hand out 90 to everyone. They give up 91 to the Mystics. I'll go with Connecticut team total over. I'll just fade a really bad defense.
The Sun are not as good scoring teams as
I agree with the Mystics have been quite bad recently, but yes, I think you're right in general. But I'll go with the over.
All right. I won't combat it. Let's see here. So Paige, 18.5, 20, 25. Cool. Let's go ahead and put that in the book. Tina Charles, 15.5, 20. We could throw that in the book. Tina Charles is at 20 and 3 straight against Dallas, believe it or not. So 15.5, Tina Charles, that's on the card. Marina Mabry loves the revenge spot between Chicago and Dallas. So let's throw Mabry in there. And then that's probably all the scoring that's going to happen for the Connecticut Sun, believe it or not. Probably a majority, about half of the scoring between those two players I'm hoping for. So Mabry, Charles, Beckers all score today.
I was thinking if I wanted to go for an under on Mabry RA at 9.5 at -135. She has been flying under recently. She has had a less than this in 6 of her last 8. She's had a less than 4 straight in head-to-head against Dallas. So there's that too. So I thought about Mabry on the RA under, but I don't know if I want to lay 135 on that. So I agree with you about Paige, but besides that, I think I'm good for the most part.
All right. Let's get over to Thursday. The Washington Mystics on the road going to play the New York Liberty. Liberty are laying 13.5. 163 is the total. Let's see here. Injury report for these two teams. And we have JC Sheldon still out. Dyer Basabli and Isabel Harrison still out. And we got Natasha Cloud, who is a questionable. With all that being said, I mean, it's really 50-50 on what you get for the Mystics on the road, but it's just really hard for me to just lay this amount of points with the Liberty right now.
Well, when you say it's 50-50,
I don't want to focus
to be fair, they usually lose. The question is, will they keep this game close? To be fair.
Well, they're 9-9 against the spread.
Yeah.
So that's the part that matters. So like 50-50 with them on the road. It's really just what version of the Liberty show up, because that's effectively a loss. I mean, the win is big because everybody's jam-packed into the standings, and they really do need to keep winning. But are they about to just go out here and cover 13.5? Like, that's a lot of points.
On principle, I can't trust this team to win by 14 plus in a given game. I just can't do it. Fully healthy, beat Connecticut by 2. I know. I think it's been better.
You keep saying fully healthy. You keep saying fully healthy, and I think that's really disingenuous. That was Stewie's first game back. So, like, fully healthy, I wouldn't say fully healthy. Everybody was available.
That's a better way to phrase it, but you had Yanescu, you had Stewie.
We didn't have Naira Sabali that helps with the rebounding as well. Like, I wouldn't say fully healthy. I would say Brianna Stewart came back.
Yes, all their star players were active in the game. I like to phrase it differently, but
so Brianna Stewart, another game under her belt, I think will be better for them. I think it'll get the chemistry and all of that going. I do know that the Liberty can get on runs and just completely destroy this Mystics team. 2-3 ATS to the number against the Mystics in the last 5 games. But it is just a lot of points and just a really quick turnaround for a Liberty team that's still trying to get the chemistry. And let me see, is Natasha Cloud probable or questionable?
Shout out to Cloud, by the way. I had her rebounds last episode, and she, I think, went over in the first quarter. So, shout out to Cloud.
All right, let's see here. We've got... No, I don't see anything on just a questionable tag. All right. Yeah, I can't lay it with the Liberty. I'll take Mystics plus the points, but I don't like it. I don't like it either way because I don't think the Mystics are reliable right now. But I really don't think the Liberty should be laying this big of a number, especially with how competitive everybody is for a playoff spot right now. Like, at the end of the day, the Mystics are still battling for a playoff spot. You're still going to get a pretty good effort out of them. So I'm just not sold. I think the Liberty do win the game, of course, but 13.5, I could see this being an 11-point win for the Liberty. So I'll take.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I did find a similar, I'd say, final score that you did. I think it'll be Liberty winning, but relatively close. Liberty 1-10 plus 195. So okay. I'm a fan of it. Once again, there is an area where you can lose both, comparing the Liberty to cover the 13.5 and it actually not finishing 1-10. If they win 11-13, then you got some problems. But in reality, 195 I think is a good price for a team that we think is going to win the game because they're at home, and the fact is they are more talented than the Mystics. The Mystics are really bad in terms of wins and losses on the road. But I'll pick the game to be closer than it should be, as you are. You like the Mystics plus the points. I'll be a bit greedy. I'll sacrifice those 3 points, basically. Give me the Liberty 1-10 at plus 195.
All right. 163 is the total.
I think I'll go under in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna just roll with the Liberty controlling the pace of the game and go under as well. It would be on the Mystics to push pace, elevate their level of scoring to be able to send this over. And I think it just kind of goes the Liberty's way for the most part. And they play a pretty better defensive effort. Pretty much better defensive effort. Maybe give me the full game under. I don't even want the Mystics team, so I'll just give me a full game.
I agree.
All right. Player props. What do you like?
So, I have to always bring it up because she's finally back in the lineup. I know it burned me the last time I tried it, but I do want to see if Stewie rebounds they're at 4.5. I can't take that. Never mind. I was going to go for the under because she's playing with John Quell again, but that's at 4.5. I can't take that. So I think for this one I'm going to fade Shakira, but she's off a monster game, which is problematic. She had 30 points and 5 rebounds against Seattle, but we saw Seattle give up a ton to Aaliyah Boston too. So that team might just be incompetent, so I might just not read too much into it, but I do think 21.5 for the PR for Shakira is pretty high. She has gone under in each of the first 2 meetings this season. She's had a total of 9 points in the first 2 meetings combined against the Liberty this season. 9 points in 2 games combined. Her points are at 14.5 if you want to go for the under on that in general, but I do think Shakira is going to struggle against Stewie and against John Quell. I'll go for that angle. Give me Shakira under on the 21.5 PR at minus 130.
All right. Stewie had in 20 minutes of work last time out. I think she gets a little. Stewie over 14.5 just feels very, very good. Very, very good going up against this Mystics team. 26, 10, 15, 14, 18 in the last 5. I like Jockwell Jones. Jockwell Jones has had a big game. I've seen Jockwell Jones come off of injury and torch this team. So Jockwell Jones, points, rebounds, 23.5. Or you could split them. I think both of that is a good play. She's been over in 4 of her last 6 against the Mystics. It's going to be a lot easier with Stewie on the court as well for her. So I like Jockwell to go over her points and rebounds, however you want to split it up, play all of that. And I think that's it for me.
All right. Anything else you want to take?
Let's see. No, I'm good. Anything else here? No.
Yeah, I'll throw in Citron under the 6.5 RA. Gave that out last episode. It cashed easily. We know that she can score, but the rebounding and assisting have not been very good. She went over last game, but it has been a pretty ugly stretch in terms of the over for this prop. So to get into the details here, she's gone under this number in 12 of the last 14 games. And on the road, she has gone under this in 5 of the last 6. So give me Citron under 6.5 RA for this game.
All right. Let's see. We got 2 more games left on the slate here, Scott. Get to them in just a second. But first, Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you are tapped in with Best Ball Mania happening all summer long. $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place to play in best ball. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Plus, you can get your pick'em entry over there at Underdog, where you can get up to 500 times your entry. We'll do one at the end of the show. As always, Underdog's got a brand new offer. New customers play just $5 and get $50 in bonus bets when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. That's NBA SGPN. We are also brought to you by Circa Million and Circa Survivor, the world's greatest sports book, Las Vegas. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest, Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over 21 million in guaranteed grand prizes. So look, sign up in Nevada and play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use promo code SGP, get up to $50 off your proxy fees. That's footballcontest.com, promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. Contest closes Saturday, September 6th, so get in now. All right. Seattle Storm on the road.
I'm
Going
sorry,
to play
what
the
was
Minnesota
the name?
Lynx. Seattle Showers.
Okay. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I heard you right. Okay, cool.
Laying 7.5 for the Lynx at home here. 164.5 is the total. Injury report. And we have for the nothing for the Minnesota Lynx. The Showers just played yesterday. They just played yesterday. This is going off on Thursday, by the way, so this is not the second leg of a back-to-back.
You can, for me, just play the drop if you want to. I'm not going to really spend much time on this game.
I understand why you're so quick to jump on it. I do. And
I just don't know what the Showers have shown in the last week or even month that suggests they're going to keep this game.
No, they're 2-8. They're 2-8. I get it. They're 2-8, but they're also 7-2 as a dog. It's a lot of points. Like, it's not like they just sat here and said that, they just lose the game. Like, this is a good amount of points you're getting in 3 possessions here. And they're still competing for a playoff spot. So there's a bunch of reasons why I'm just not going to bet this side, because I'm not taking Seattle, but I just don't think it's the quite runaway, especially after they just got blew out by the Fever, and the Fever were hitting every single shot. I don't think it's going to be the runaway game. Like, I don't think Minnesota's just going to run away with this one, but
I'm not picking them to win by 30,
I
but
understand.
I think they win by 10. I think 10's reasonable. Collier came back. She looked great. Courtney Williams stated what we all knew, which was we were a problem. Now we're a bigger problem, which is 100% right. The best team in the league.
And they were still battling. I mean, granted, the Indiana Fever just blew this Seattle team out the water, but they were still battling with Indiana in that game. Like, Indiana didn't go away. And that's my only point, is that I feel like there's going to be a not go away there for the Seattle Storm. That is probably going to be pretty annoying. It's just a gut feeling. That's all it is. It's just a gut feeling.
I think it's more of a first half angle for me. I think that you can argue Seattle comes out strong, but do I think they're going to unravel again once the Lynx, I'd say, up their defensive intensity? Yes, because Seattle has unraveled in a lot of games over the last month.
Yeah.
And it feels like Noelle has no idea what she's doing at the moment. So I'll go with the Lynx. But if you want the Storm, I don't mind maybe a first half angle. But
no, and I think a first half angle is good, but that's my only concern for you in laying the points is that if they are serious in the first half, especially after getting destroyed by the Fever last game out, if they are very, very serious in the first half, because I do think they match up pretty well. Like, NECA has good games against the Minnesota Lynx. Dominique Malonga coming off of the bench, going up against Jessica Shepard. That's going to be a really, really good matchup. I think Malonga can win. Like, they just need to get legit. They just need to get legit in the other areas of actually playing basketball and not blow the game. But even in blowing the game, I think there's a chance that they blow it. So this would be an angle, Scott, where I'd be thinking, Minnesota 1-10 sounds pretty interesting to me. I'm not going to lie, even though I think it is a little bit closer to the 10. I see Seattle coming out strong on the road, having a lead in this game, and eventually blowing it in the fourth quarter. And so maybe I'll just look for a Minnesota Lynx live angle in case they don't just blow Seattle out from beginning, start to jump. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
See, I think my only counter for that, I understand the point you're making. I think the average team would respond well after losing by a handful at the end against the Fever. This isn't the average team. This team has proven that no matter what spot they're in, no matter how much talent is on the roster,
Except as a
you
dog.
just cannot consistently trust this team. So
Except as a dog. 7-2 is like it's Scott.
Yeah.
It's something. Yes. It's something to be said. 7-2 as a dog this season.
No, you're right. You're right. But the point is, I just refuse to trust this team. I can't stand this team. And the Showers for a reason. I'll fade the Showers, but you might be right. We'll look back on this game and we'll say maybe Seattle gave it a good run, but I don't want anything to do with this team. So I'll take the Lynx.
I feel like there was a spot where we looked at them the exact same way like this against the Liberty, and they were catching points, and they were able to be competitive in that game. I just don't remember the situation and what the full situation was for the Liberty, but I know Seattle was a dog in that game, and I know Seattle.
I think the game you're thinking of is the Dream, because they got buried by the Valkyries by 27, and they beat the Dream on the road in the next game. That sounds like the type of angle you're talking about.
No.
They beat the Liberty the game after that.
Okay, yeah, okay, and then and they were a dog in both of those games against the Dream and against. I don't know. The number just feels like it's a little much. If you told me this was 4.5, I'm like, okay, I'm there with you all the way. The number just feels a little off for me, but I understand not supporting the Showers at all. So I'm not going to argue.
If you like Seattle, I would wait. I expect this line to climb. I assume that most people will be on the Lynx in this game.
It's actually going down, believe it or not.
Really? Well, I'm saying for now, this game is tomorrow, so we'll see if that fixes itself. But I don't know. I can see it closing 8.5.
All right. Totals at 164.5. Over.
I'll go over too. Last game landed 178, I think.
Seattle's been over in 7 of the last 10. 12-9 on the road too. 6-3 as a dog.
Yeah, actually, each of the last 2 meetings landed exactly 178.
All 3 meetings this season went over the total too.
First meeting did not. First meeting landed 159. The other 2 flew over.
But it was at 155. Oh, well, it was 150. The total.
Okay. You meant over those totals. Okay, cool. I thought you meant this total.
My bad. All right. Where are we at? Player props. I think Malonga has a game here. I don't think Jessica Shepard can keep up with her coming off.
It's one bright spot for this team right now.
Like
they're letting Malonga cook, and she's really good.
Only 19.
Yeah, very, very good.
I'm about to start treating Dominique Malonga like she's Jason Tatum. She's only 19. 5 years later, she's only 19. Yeah, no, I think this is a good spot where she'll be able to do some damage and be able to really, really help them out on the boards as well, because you got to keep 7 rebounds per game off the glass in Dominique Malonga. Jessica Shepard. It's a pretty good matchup there. So I like Malonga to have a good day. What else do we got here on the? I'm just blindly betting Fee in Asia from now on, rest of the season.
For points, PR.
So 21.5. 21.5 points. Yeah. Just blindly take those. I do like Fee's assists though. They constantly sit her assist at they're normally at 4.5. They're at 2.5 now.
Well, it's 2.5 minus 200.
So
3.5 plus 136.
Oh, plus 136. All right, yeah. So yeah, 3.5. 3.5 plus 146. I like that.
So I agree with you about the points, by the way, because she did have 32 in her first game back. But I think I'm also going to throw in the rebounds discussion. I like the rebounds by itself at 7.5. She's been great against Seattle rebounding. She's had at least 9 rebounds in 5 straight against Seattle, including 9+ in each of the first 2 meetings this season. She came back against the Fever. She ended up having 9. She's had at least 8 rebounds in 5 of her last 6. But the fact is, we know Seattle, when it comes to effort, can struggle at times, and Collier's own them. So give me Collier over 7.5 rebounds at minus 118.
Neka Gumake to go over 16.5 points. She, like I said, she has good games against the Minnesota Lynx. 23, 21, 11, 26, 14, 24, 20 in her last 7 games against the Lynx. She's been over 16.5 in 6 of her last 10 games, including 2 straight. And 4 of the last 5. NECA's been very, very good for this team. They have decreed on their social media page for the voters to vote her MVP. I think it's very cute. But yeah, NECA still has a good day here. Over 16.5 points. Add that to the card. And I think that's it.
All right.
Maybe I get down on Skylar's assist. Maybe. Haven't decided yet. Last game. Chicago Sky on the road. Going to play the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury are laying 12.5. 163 is the total. Let's see. Do I have anything already that's popping up for this game? Nope, nothing there. All right. I mean, I don't think Chicago's been horrible.
Well, they have Cardoso and Reese again together, and they've been playing pretty well together. Team's still not winning, but at least they have 2 front court people who can give you problems. So that counts for something, I guess. The Mercury have won each of the last 2 meetings by at least 16 points, but of course the last one was with no Angel. You can toss it out. But I'll ask you, because we know the Mercury with AT have been really good lately because AT's trying to win MVP, and she has been just walking into triple-doubles in every game. We know Chicago, though, can't guard anybody. The guard play is awful, and they have lost 7 of their last 8. So what do you like in this game? Do you want to lay it with – we know that weird things can happen in the desert in favor of Phoenix, but do we think that 12.5 is too many? I feel the same way. Looking at the schedule, though.
Did you? Wow, Dave covered this twice against them already.
I have to point out the look ahead, though. The Mercury's next game is a home game on Saturday against the Liberty.
All right, give me a Sky.
I think I agree.
That's enough to push. I mean, I really was 50-50, honestly, truly. Because as much as I do like the Mercury, and I do think the Mercury have a really good chance to just kind of destroy this team, especially if they're just hitting and completely on in all cylinders. But I'm sorry. I think Angel really is taking a really, really large step forward this year in all aspects. And the fact that her and Camilla can coexist and that be well, you just need like that extra little push from the guard play. Like that's really all this team is missing. Some serious, legit, consistent guard play. And they just can't get it. And they've been competitive. I'll give them that. At the very least, they've been competitive in these games. They covered 3 of their last 5, and all 3 of those games that they covered were double-digit spreads. So with that being said, I'll take Chicago plus the points. It doesn't feel good ever, but this team's been competing.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you can kind of notice for the last week or so when we were gone is that look-ahead spots are a real thing. Teams have been overlooking certain opponents to prepare for others. We saw Seattle lose by 20 and change to Indiana. Yes, they shot the lights out. I'm aware of it, but still. You're looking at a bunch of teams who look at the schedule, and suddenly you have some spots where maybe the bad team sneaks up on you. The Sky did this against the Liberty as they won outright about a week ago, where the Liberty had a massive game against the Lynx that they won. They had a game coming up against the Dream, and they no-showed the sandwich spot, which I talked about. I took the Sky plus the points. They're getting like 14.5. They went outright. But I think it's a good spot for the Mercury to overlook this team because we know the Sky are in the basement of the league. You have the Liberty on deck. I think it's a good spot for the Sky to get overlooked. I'll go Sky plus 12.5.
All right. Totals at 163.
I still think I'm going to go over because I don't trust the Sky defense anyway. but I think I'll just pick the Sky's offense to hang in there. The first two meetings this season in games that Reese actually played in, the games got into the 180s. One game got into the 190s. So I think 163 sounds pretty short, actually. When the Sky, yes, they ended up only giving up 79 against the Aces, but they gave up 94 against the Sun. The Liberty game ended up in the 170s. The Storm game ended up in the 180s. Give up 90 to the Valkyries. I just think it'll be a high-scoring game. I'll go with the over.
Yeah, that's what I was pointing out. They've given up 80-plus points in 4 of their last 5 games, with the one team that didn't score 80 being the Valkyries, who, as we know, as much as I love my Valkyries, not the aspect that they're the best at. So, all right, I like it. Over 163. Player props, and let's get out of here, Scott.
Well, we gotta start off with AT, because I have to ask you, now that she keeps walking into triple doubles, what is a fair price? Because I know that she was about plus 320 last night, which sounds insanely short for the WNBA, but it's not, because she had another triple double. So what price do you look for now with AT triple doubles?
I think we're getting into the trying to find a comp.
Westbrook? Joker?
I want to say Joker, but I want to say Joker like when there was just a layoff in the NBA, and everybody forgets that Joker gets triple doubles like every other night, and you just look and you're like, oh wait, Joker 3-1 for a triple double. That seems like a misprice. That feels like that's where this is at right now. Like she's just so good in all aspects of the game. And I don't think Chicago, especially with Chicago being horrible from the perimeter and a lot of AT's assists coming from perimeter shooters, I think she's going to walk into the assist here. And so, yeah, plus 320 feels like actually a pretty good price for her, believe it or not. So,
Well, it's not
I'm not
320
mad at
now. It was 320. It's 210 for this game.
Oh, it's 210 for this one? Wow.
But it was 320 last night when she got it.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to play a 210, but I understand why it's 210. Like, I don't think it's crazy because, I mean, she walks into them.
I'm going to throw in a pivot, though, on AT. I actually like an under on something for her props. I like the under points at 15.5. I think 15.5 is too high. She can still get a triple-double by dropping 10, 15, and 12. I'm fine with that. But 15.5 has been a pretty high number for her. She has gone under this in 3 of the last 4 games in general. She had 12 last night en route to a triple-double. Against the Sky, she's gone under this number in 5 straight. She's at less than 14 points in 5 straight. So with Cardoso and with Reese, of course, trying to clog up the middle, we know AT, the one flaw in her game is the lack of a jump shot because of her shoulder issues. But still, I think AT could have a monster game, but I think you're right. I think the assist could be there. Maybe we're wrong, and they blow this team out, and AT sits in the fourth quarter for a bit. Could be a thing, too. 15.5's a lot for AT. She can still have a really, really great game, but it's mostly like a Jason Kidd stat line. Like 11 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists, who cares, triple-double, move on. But 16's a lot of points for AT. I'll take the under on her points.
Angel Reese, 12.5 rebounds, plus money. Put that in the bag and mail it.
Okay.
Okay. And with that, Scott, I think that is it. Lock, dog, underdog. 2 days, 5 games that you had to pick from here, Scott. Let's see. Minnesota Lynx line is up 8.5 too at FanDuel, by the way. Just pointing that out. For my lock, I will go with does see wow. Give me the over. No. All right, I guess I'm going player prop. Wow. I already played Paige. I already played Asia, so I can't play those two. Wow, this is actually disgustingly hard this week. Oh no, I'm gonna just go with my gut. And my gut says that Paige is going to carry this Dallas Wings team, and we really, really shouldn't. No, but locking up the Wings sounds horrible.
It
No, I should
really
just go with the
does
gut
sound
play.
horrible.
I mean, it doesn't. So locking up the Wings sounds horrible, but fading the Connecticut Sun laying points doesn't sound horrible. And I keep looking back at this game, and I feel like it's distracting me from everything else. But I keep going back to that game, so it just feels like I should play it. Give me the Wings plus 3.5. I just don't think that the Sun should be laying 3.5 here, and I think the Wings are going to be competitive in the game. It's different doing it at home and then trying to do it on the road. So huge Paige game. She leads the team to a cover. Wings plus 3.5 for the dog. Let's play Jacquel Jones. I will also admit, Scott, I was debating on switching the lock and the dog between Jonquel and Wings, but I ended up going with Jonquel for the dog because it's a little bit better on the price here. So we're going to go with Jacquel Jones. I'm going to dive into her points prop. Let's see. She's currently sitting here at 15.5. I think that Jacqueline Jones can have a big game. She's had 20 in 3 of her last 6 games. 15.5 is plus money. You can get 19.5, 20 plus points at plus 290. I like that. I think for the dog, I'll call it in the middle. Give me 18 plus points at plus 155, Scott.
All right. So for my lock on the show, I think I'm just going to go back to one of the props that I actually gave out last episode that I did. I'm going to go back to Citron. Give me the Citron under 6.5 RA. I think it's a great, once again, spot for her to go under. We know the rebounding is mostly taken care of by Shakira and by Kiki. And the fact that Citron has gone under this number in a lot of games with Kiki and Shakira playing together. For the actual numbers here, she has gone under this number in 10 of the last 11 with Shakira and Kiki in the lineup. So I do think it's a good spot for Citron to do basically nothing in terms of assisting or rebounding. You're looking at Stewie being back to help out with the really bad rebounding numbers that the Liberty have. And you're looking at a massive spread. If we're wrong and the Liberty bury this team, she might not play the fourth quarter. So there is a blowout script in there too. Give me Citron, though, under the 6.5 RA at minus 115 as my lock. For my dog, I'm going to go to Fee. I said before, the rebounds have been quite good against this team. So I'm going to go with a combo play with the Lynx. So I'm going to go with the Lynx to win the game at minus 385. I know it's disgusting, but just hear me out. With Collier to go. Actually, no, that doesn't work. I was actually looking for 9 rebounds if I could get it. So that might. I don't actually see an alt line for her rebounds. So sorry, let me just see if I could find something else here. No. You know what? It's fine. I'll do something a bit different. Give me Collier over 7.5 rebounds with the AT. I'll use the word fade in quotes because I still think she's going to play well, but the points are too high at 15.5. Give me AT under 15.5 points with Collier over 7.5 rebounds plus 246.
All right. Underdog. Let's see here. Well, let's just play Fee over 21.5. I really like NECA as well, but she's not up here on Underdog, so I can't play her. Wow, why is NECA up now?
I'm not sure what they're going to have posted for the games today compared to the games tomorrow.
NECA, let's see. Well, if you just throw stuff out, they got some stuff. They don't have like your Citron play. They only have the 3.5 rebounds. They do have 21.5 points and rebounds for Shakira Austin.
I mean, I like the lower on that, which I think is a high number.
Let's throw a lower of Shakira Austin in there. And then we can last play.
Did you want something with Angel?
Angel's not up.
Okay.
Believe it or not. I don't know. She's not up.
I was going to say we might have to pick some stuff
Uh,
for the games today. I don't know if they're going to have a lot of stuff for tomorrow.
no, like they're playing because there's not a points prop for Asia up, but it's like rebounds, fantasy points. Let's see here. Let's go with, man, these are like really weird today. Let's go with Paige. Wing, Sun, long rebound. Yeah, let's go with Paige. Because I think she's gonna go over this number. So Paige, 22.5 points and rebounds. I think it'll be okay. I like the prop for her. I think she's gonna soar over and get 20 plus points. I think the rebounds will be there. So Paige Becker's higher, 22.5 points and rebounds. Shakira Austin lower, 21.5 points and rebounds. And Nafisa Collier higher, 21.5 points. That is just under 6x, 5.88x. $100 gets you $588 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Scott, anything else for people?
No, once again, good to be back. We'll try to be a bit more consistent with our uploads. I know it's been a bit lacking lately. We had some travel involved. Stuff happens, whatever. We'll be back on track here. But either way, good to be back. Of course, anytime we can do 2 days of games in one episode, it's a good time. So can't complain. But either way, looking forward to the games today and the games tomorrow.
All right. With that, yeah, Scott just answered the question.
Yeah, fine.
With that, what's to?
Well, it's also my fault, by the
get
way, because you
Thursday.
messaged me a day or two ago what my schedule was, and I accidentally ghosted you. I just didn't even see the text message. I just didn't even see it, to be honest. I saw it like a day later.
You
I'm like,
didn't have to
oh,
say it like
my bad.
that. I accidentally ghosted you. Like, why did
No,
you have to
because
say it like that?
you
I
sent
didn't
me a message
respond.
like, "What's your schedule today?" And I swear I just didn't see it. And then I saw it.
You make it seem
I saw it a
like
day later. It's like, when was this sent? It's like yesterday at 9 a.m. I'm like, oh, that's my bad. Whoops. Sorry about that.
Oh my god, you made it seem like you
No,
catfished me.
I'm just saying. Apparently you texted me about a day like earlier in the week, and
Yeah.
I swear I just didn't see it. So that was my fault, but it's fine.
It's U.S. Open. It's U.S. Open time. I'm not blaming you, Scott. All right, Friday we'll be back. Let's get back in here tomorrow for the Friday slate, and we'll go from there. With that, he's at Rush Radio. I'm at really __. Make sure you give me a follow on at follow too. Also, 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you do a 5-star rating and review for the show. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast is where you can find us. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just kind of like